Wow, there's some really big brains up here tonight talking about really smart stuff, lean smart stuff, but that's not me, right? I'm talking Darwinism of lean, and that's kind of crazy. Actually, how I got to this subject is kind of crazy because I submitted this and I thought, what the fuck am I going to talk about? I don't know. And I'm sitting at my desk and I'm thinking, shit, I don't know what I'm going to say. And then all of a sudden, out of the corner of my eye, I see this Metro card I have on my bulletin board. I got it in 2009. Can you believe that? I used it for a year. And I kept it after it expired because I like the quote on the back. I found it the other day and I stuck it up on my bulletin board, and there it is. So the quote's from Darwin to this guy named Lyell. Lyell had written this book called The Evolution of Geography, in which he posited that actually there is no evolution. Well, Darwin took this book on the Beagle, and from it came the theory of evolution. And what is evolution? Evolution is lean, right? Organisms trying to figure out what the barriers to survival are, and evolving past that, figuring out how to be like totally surviving. And what is survival of the fittest? Actually, it's really all about adaptation, right? The most adaptable species actually survives. So, given that adaptation is an iteration, what? Organisms finding the right product market fit. Holy shit, I think I'm onto something here. I scour Wikipedia and I find an example. It's a cockroach. Yes, it is. And I know you think cockroaches are not at all. It refutes the theory of evolution, but in fact they do map to lean, and I'll tell you how that is. Cockroaches, there was a study done, and a study of cockroaches showed that given the opportunity, cockroaches, instead of spreading out, will actually like bind all together and work together, because they are excellent at resource allocation. And I'm thinking that's a lot like Burning Man, but I haven't done that. So there is a species of cockroach, 3,500 species, and only one has adapted a variation in their behavior, and that is the Asian cockroach. The Asian cockroach will actually not run when the light comes on, but they will actually seek the light, and that is a coincidence? Oh, I don't think so, because we're talking Toyota production system. What is that, the genesis of lean in American business? And what is the genesis of the Toyota production system? It's Henry Ford's book. And so, when I think cockroaches, I don't think Madonna, I think chameleons. But Madonna famously said, I'm like a cockroach. You can't get rid of me. So thinking of this, we move to the chameleon, the next of my examples. And chameleons have this evolutionary aspect of color change, right? Color change, you think, is all about the camouflage. But no, it's not. Primary research says that color change is really all about social signaling. So camouflage is the pivot, right? No. So the chameleon, when they're looking all colorful and shit, when they're dark, they're like intimidated and scared. When they're looking all colorful, they're thinking, I'm looking for the hookup, right? That's right. But when I think chameleon, what do I think of? Karma chameleon. That's right. Karma chameleon. What? You don't like my authentic, fearless self? Well, when I think authentic and fearless, I'm thinking honey badger. That's right, honey badger. Honey badger is the most fearless animal in the animal kingdom. It's got these long, powerful claws and these really sharp teeth, and it's got this super thick fur and really loose-fitting skin. And honey badger needs all those features when it goes out of the building. That's right. Honey badger uses a honey guide. Honey guide's a bird that actually does all the custody for the honey badger. Honey guide goes out and it finds the coveted hive. And when the coveted hive is found, it sends honey badger in, and honey badger just goes and digs in, because honey badger don't give a shit. He's looking for that larva. That's what he's looking for. Honey badger digs in, and those bees are biting it, and he doesn't give a shit. He's going for it because he's going to find that tasty killer bee larva. You know, honey badgers, they're maybe not the smartest thing in the whole world, but they're not scared. They're not scared of snakes. I mean, they'll freaking climb a tree to get a cobra snaky treat. Honey badgers will actually chase cobras on the ground. And there you see the cobra, and the cobra's going, oh no, you're not going to get me, Mr. Honey Badger, you better leave me alone. But Honey Badger says, no, I'm going to get you, Cobra. Cobra says, I'm going to bite you. And then Cobra does bite him, and boom, what happens? You know, Honey Badger's so freaking badass, he didn't give a shit. He's had years and years of getting like snake venom antibodies and shit. So you know what? Humans are actually the most evolved of the species, and I think entrepreneurs are actually the most evolved of the human species. And to be an entrepreneur, you've got to fucking be fearless. That's the way it is. You can't give a shit. You can't give a shit what anybody says about what you're doing or what they think. You know why? Because, well, maybe your customer, but probably not even them most of the time. Because you know what? At the end of the day, an entrepreneur, some days you're going to be a cockroach, some days you got to be the chameleon, and some days you got to be the fucking honey badger. That's right. All right?